going to teach you one thing that will probably change everything, the way you sound when you play. Now, there's two, you know, when people listen to a musician, my husband taught me a long time ago that you can tell a beginner instantly because they play chords with 3 or 4 notes. They play the whole chord. But you can also tell someone who is beginning to step out of the box and experiment with chords that are more harmonic. Now, when you're a beginner, that's hard to do because you may not be playing G9 chords and G11 chords and suspended chords and A flat diminished ninth with a raised fifth. You're all going, huh? But you do play the basic chords, right? C, F, and G, and a couple of minor chords. And I think looking around the room, you're all there now, aren't you? That you can sit and pretty much pick out all the basic chords. So today we're gonna talk about 2 different ways that you can totally change the way your music sounds. Okay?
Yay.
All right. Now, I've never done this class before, so
We don't know if it'll work or not, so.
So it's an experiment, but it's kind of cool. But I started remembering things that I learned a long time ago in the old organizing books, and it's called open harmony. And now there's two phrases. Block chords are like you play a C chord 3 notes or 4 notes, C or C7. But open harmony means you don't play 3 notes. So here's the rule for today. You only get to play 2 of the 3. Okay? Now, you can learn all of these crazy rules and sit there and trying to figure things out, but you know me, I like to cheat. Okay, I think that's going to be my tombstone. She cheated her way musically through life. But I don't want to get into details. I just want to do it. Don't you? Heck with all the stuff. Just show me how to do it. On the computer, I don't want to know how you got there. Just show me how to get there, and then I can use it. Okay, can't fix it if I break it, but I can, you know, if someone actually visually shows me, then I can do it. So Greg's going to help me. Wow. Isn't he good? Greg's going to help me, and here he comes.
Is he going to play his tie?
I'm gonna what?
Are
Oh,
you going to play your tie?
this one doesn't have any sound.
He has one that has sound, though.
Yeah.
All right, here's the rule. And write this, you can just write this down because we're going to play the first 3 songs in that little book. If you brought your little book, but you don't have to get that out. Or you can write it on the inside of the little book. If you don't have it with you, raise your hand. Everybody has it with them? Whoa.
So unlike
It's a
Wednesday's
miracle.
class.
Wednesday's class, like 10 of them didn't have it with them.
Yeah.
All right. So on the inside, the flap, this would be a really good place to write it. Because we're going to, and for you guys, because you're not maybe as advanced as the Wednesday class, we're even going to make it simpler. All right? Now, oh, you want it harder, okay. All right, so look up at the keyboard up here. And how do you play a C chord generally? How do most of you play it? G, C, E, right? All right. Here's rule number 1. I don't care what order you play the C chord in, you're not allowed to play the middle note anymore. Okay? That's the cheaty way to do it. All right, so whatever chord you play, here's C. Yeah, let's put something other than piano. Okay? Here's the C chord without the C. All right? So in writing, here you're going to play a C chord, G, and E. If you play the organ, your foot's on the C pedal anyway, so you don't really need it. Okay? All right. Now, an F chord, you usually play A, C, F, correct? All right, if we leave the middle note out, here's how it sounds. So an F chord is going to be an A and an F. Okay? And a G7 chord. Okay, we're not going to go there yet. Those two chords are yeah. I think we're just going to stay there for now. All right, but let's do a couple of other experiments. D chord would be F sharp A D, right? That how you're supposed to play it? Just leave the A out, and you have an F sharp and a D. That's a D chord, but we're not going to use it, so just leave that part up there. Okay, now a seventh chord. What's the rule for a seventh chord? Play the chord, add the note one whole step to the left of the root. Okay? So if you play a C chord, G, C, E, find the C, whole step to the left of C is B flat. So if you play four notes, you play G, B flat, C, and E. All right. Now here's what you're going to do for a seventh chord. If you're listening on the internet and you know the steps of a scale, the notes you're going to play are the third and the seventh. So you play the B flat and the E. Okay, let go of everything except the B flat and the E. That's called a two-note seventh. Okay? So you play the seventh and you play the third. The third is C, D, E. Just count up on your fingers. So it's B flat and E. Great progressions. Alright, so a seventh chord, you play two notes. The seventh and the third.
That's the G7?
That's okay, so a G7 is going to be, let's find out. Alright, if you add the seventh underneath the G, we'll put it under the G.
Okay.
That would be the F. So you get rid of the G, and you get rid of the D, and you have an F and a B. Alright, so a G7 underneath that, now you can write underneath the F, is an F and a B. And a C7 is a B flat and an E. Now, for now, that's all you need. Because we're playing big note, easy play songs, no stress, and those are the chords of the week. An F, a C, a G7, and a C7. Okay? All right. So here's rule number one. Rule number one is you're not allowed to play 3 or 4 notes anymore. Just for this week, maybe. But I think once you start doing this, and you don't do it for upbeat, fast songs, you do it for more melodic, romantic songs. Okay, slow songs that need more harmonizing. It's kind of like a barbershop quartet. You can't do a whole bunch of harmony if you only have 4 people. Okay? Even less if you only have 3 people. Okay, and if you only have 2 people, then you can only hear 2 notes. This is 2 people harmony. All right. So, rule number 1, play any chord, any inversion, and leave the middle note out. That's the cheaty way. Okay? So no matter what chord you play, if you play G chord, G, B, D, you leave the B out. Okay? If you play an A, C, F, you leave the C out. You just play 2 notes. Easy, huh?